This is Kugan Cassius for Sugar Hut TV. With me, I've got Big Brother star, professional boxer, Daley Ojuederie. Have I got that right?
Yeah, you got that right, mate.
Spot on. Alright, you've just you've been evicted from the house, so how did you find your time in there, Daley?
I thought it was good at first. At first, when I was in there, I found it a bit hard because, you know, obviously it's a different environment when you go in there, so it's like a shock system. So for the first week or so, I was a bit down and stuff. But as I started to relax and the housemates telling me to enjoy myself, relax a bit more, yeah, I found it really enjoyable in there. It was weird to leave because I missed it, which is strange because I never thought I would miss the house, but being in that house, that becomes like your kind of family kind of thing. So I missed it when I left.
Obviously, we take a massive interest in boxing, so when it was announced that there would be a boxer going into the Big Brother house, I had a lot of phone calls. I did. You know, do you know the boxer is going? And no, everyone was sort of speculating it was this person, that person. But did you, obviously, the stigma attached to boxers, could you see why some people would be surprised at the fact that you went in there in the first place?
Yeah, if they're looking at it as a point of view where I'm a professional boxer earning loads and loads and loads of thousands of money, you know, which was not the case. I'm still in the beginning of my professional career. I've only had 4 pro fights. So, and I went in there not for boxing reasons, I went in there for personal reasons because of my background and stuff. So I wanted just to like change certain ways about myself and yeah, open up more.
Did you feel like in the time you was in there that you did achieve that? Yeah,
definitely achieved that. When it's all said and done, whatever happened in there as well, like we all know what happened, coming out, I'm a better man for it, and I can, you know, just be open for the first time, and this is Daley, and if you don't like it, you don't like it.
Was you at all conscious of what people on the outside were thinking while you were in there?
Yeah, definitely. I used to think probably every day, throughout the whole day. It's crazy in there. You're locked in there 24/7, so there's always games playing with your mind.
What was the first thing you done when you got out?
First thing I'd done, it was a bit of...
Newspaper cuttings?
It was a shock, man. First I burst out in tears because of more of a shock. I was like in tears. I was like, what the hell is going on? What's going on? It was just a shock. So then after that, I just settled down. And then the first thing, actually, I called my best friend, Joe, and Big Brother arranged a car to come and pick him up and bring him straight to the Big Brother studios and chill with me because obviously I was going through a bad time. So he just chilled with me and just took my mind off things. We stayed in the hotel a few nights and we just relaxed.
So, I mean, obviously, we know you've, I think you had your first pro fight back in 2006, didn't you? So what's happened since then? Because it's been 7 years and you've had 4 pro fights. So what's been the main reason for the lack of fights, if you like?
Yeah, just a personal life, man. Seriously, people that don't know me will just see this guy was probably confident, you know, got everything going for him and stuff like that, but it's really not like that. I mean, I've come from a background of not having my parents around since a baby. I've been through stuff that, you know, a lot of people couldn't imagine going through, you know what I mean? And I don't know, man, it's just boxing, it's weird. I'm not in love with boxing, but I know I can beat anyone out there in my weight division because I'm talented at it. But it doesn't mean necessarily I'm in love with it. It's weird. I done boxing because of my background and stuff. I wanted to channel it into a positive way, not go and do drugs, not go and be violent on the street, cause fights and be a nobody. I just used it to channel my frustration, and I happened to get good at it. And then that's why it's been on and off as well, because my life hasn't been stable. I haven't had stability in my life for personal problems. I've had to overcome a lot of personal things in my life, And one thing, I don't care who's pressuring me in the boxing world, what manager, what trainer, if I don't feel mentally 100% right, I'm not going in the ring. What, to lose my undefeated record or come out injured or something like that, because my mental state is not right. So I know when my mental state is right, world champion for sure. I know that.
So is this something, obviously, it's not long since you've been out of the house, so what's your mindset at the moment just to deal with, because you obviously people will be on your case for media things, as I am today, but I'm saying, is boxing something you want to pick up sooner rather than later, you know, get your career back on track?
Well, one thing I've always liked about boxing, it keeps you in shape. And obviously I want to keep in shape. 2, I'm talented at it. 3, I got one of the best trainers in my eyes. And I'll be back in the gym on Monday. I was speaking about it today, actually. I'll be back in the gym on Monday, fighting in October. But in between that, obviously, I've got a book deal that I'm working on. And, you know, it's funny. People, sometimes I get, you know, negative tweets, well, like you do. I've got a lot of positive fans, but then you get a few odd ones what say things, going book deal, you think you're famous and that. It's not about famous, and it's not about that, right? I've been offered a book deal, and it's my opportunity to give people what have had a similar life to me, growing up with no parents, in and out of foster homes their whole life, for them to see what I went through so people can relate, you know what I mean? I want to be inspiration to kids like that. So it ain't about, oh, I'm famous, I want a book deal or this and that. It's just, it will help people out there. It's not about me, it's about helping people. And it helps me, it's like therapy for me. I can talk about my life and it helps me heal a lot of pain. And I've online TV show I'm starting soon as well with my best friend. That's starting in a few weeks as well. There's a lot of things, clothing deal, record companies, because I produce music and I rap as well. So there's loads of things in the pipeline, but boxing will always be there because obviously it's like a drug. It's like a drug. If people that take drugs, that's my drug.
What weight were you fighting at light heavy, was you?
No, super middle.
Super middle.
Yeah, super middle.
Did you have any of your fights at light heavy?
No, I don't think so. No, I've if anything, because if it's not a title fight, you don't come in at the weight, so I'll probably come in at around 12.4. Around about that, but no, not light heavy.
What do you think about the state of British boxing at the moment? Positive, is it?
Yeah, really positive. Especially Carl Froch. You got Cleverly, you got Bellew, you got Billy Joe Saunders, DeGale, even though he lost against Groves, he's coming back strong. You got Groves himself. It's a good mix, man. It's a tasty mix.
I think this is probably the most positive year for British boxing there has been for a while. I think we've got 4 world champions at the moment. By the end of the year, there could easily be 8. So positive things happening.
You got Derek Chisora, my gym mate. He obviously he's had a few losses and stuff, but as you know, heavyweight division is wide open. So he can come back and win a world title. It's possible.
Yeah, I think one thing I've got to say about Derek Chisora, he's fought. You look at his last 7 fights: Klitschko, Fury, Malik Scott unbeaten the other day, David Hay. He's had a lot.
I always said that if Derek fought Klitschko with more experience, he would have won that fight. He would have won that fight. And that's actually when I first took notice of Don Charles. I was like, wow, he can do this with Derek. Yeah, I fancy training with him.
Yeah, Don Charles is an absolutely likeable character. You can't help but be fascinated and be drawn into the way he talks, and talks a lot of sense a lot of the time.
A lot of sense. You know, he's very articulate as well. Yeah.
Knows what he's talking about. Right, we're in the Sugar right here tonight. Obviously, great hospitality by Mickey Norcross. Have you met Mickey before?
No, I haven't, but I met him now, and a good guy, man. That's a good guy, yeah. And thank him for, inviting me down.
This is an elusive gentleman's room where not everyone gets to come in here, and not everyone sees what happens in here, which is absolutely nothing, but, the gentleman's room,
Really, nothing?
No, nothing happened there.
That little thing there.
You don't want to know what that's for, Daddy. You don't want to know what that's for. Seriously. But no, you having a good night though in general? Everything cool?
Yeah, everything's cool. Everything's cool. I can't just wait to work on my new projects, what I'm doing, and then get back in the ring and start doing some artistic damage.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to interview after, like in a post-fight interview.
What's good about my boxing night right now is, before I went into the house, I was a broken man, to tell you the truth. I've got a lot of problems, and that's one of the reasons I was freaking out to go in that house. I didn't not want to go in that house, but I come to a point in my life like this is the only thing I really got going for me at the moment, and they want me in the house, so let me just go with it. I went in there, and you know, as I said in the diary room on a number of times, which they don't show anything about me talking about my upbringing, anything about talking about my kids, anything talking about my real parents, messages I wanted to send. They don't see that side of me. All they wanted it was the Daley and Hazel show. They didn't show none of my other side. So, but I always said in the diary room, it taught me so much in there that it taught me to open up for the first time in my life. So coming out the house, it just feels like a big weight off my shoulders, and I can just be Daley, which I've always been Daley, but you know, I've just been locked away. That's how I can explain it.
I think you just got to do your thing, man. You're gonna, whatever you do in life, you're gonna have people that hate what you're doing. You're gonna have people that love what you're doing. So,
as I say, the people that hate, I love them too. So
where's the ones on Twitter, innit?
It's funny as well because you know, they're following you and thinking, why follow me then if you're gonna just give me abuse? But I ain't gonna knock it. It comes with the territory. So what can you do?
I can't handle a bit of abuse on Twitter. Sometimes I just look at it and the fun goes away. Other times you want to get drawn into basically brought down to their level.
Yeah, coming out the house, you know, step by step, I've trained myself how to deal with it, or taught myself how to deal with it. I would say the people that overstep the mark, they just get blocked, and that's it. You know, I can take abuse, but there's certain lines, obviously. There's certain things you can't say.
Start slagging your hat off, block them straight away.
I love my hats. Yeah, but if if it's anything to do with my kids or my family or anything like that, then instantly they have to get blocked.
Absolutely. All right, well, listen, Daley, thank you very much for talking to Sugar Hut TV.
Shout out to my brother, Daley Ojuederie. He's got a rematch with Mene Edwards, right? And let me just tell you something, Mene. The first fight, my brother hasn't fought in like 3 years. And he come back and took the fight for the Southern Area title with hardly any training, right, for that fight. After his last fight that he won, he's trained non-stop for this fight. So, Mene Edwards, you won the last fight by scraping through with your pitter-patter punches. But this time, the rematch, my brother is going to do you and win the Southern Area title. Trust me on that. I know he's going to beat you.
Okay. Anyone else you want to call out on your brother's behalf?
Nah, let him deal with Mene first, then, you know, he can take on the rest.
I know for a fact Mene Edwards watches I Film London and things I do, so I'm sure this will get to him.
I'm not knocking Mene, I'm just saying, my brother, right, has been 3 years out of the gym. He's just come back, he won his first fight back, and Mene's in trouble. I saw the first fight and I could beat Mene. It's just my brother weren't fit enough to probably do what he wanted to do in that fight. But this time, Mene will lose. Simple.
Okay, no problem. Daley, thank you very much for talking to us, like I said.
Thanks a lot.
Enjoy the rest of your night. And listen, I'm sure I'll catch up with you really soon.
Definitely. Thanks a lot, everyone.
No problem. Kugan Cassius here with Daley Ojuederie. Got that right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.